Major League. Adding fog with the FOGDOG, straight to the top with the pace drop. Pace too hot, you can't keep up when he heats up and takes the lead. Now all you see is Drake University. So it's time to subscribe for the best alive and go stride for stride with the Batman pride. It's Adding Fog coming at you with the top dog exclusive. It's Adding Fog exclusive. Adding Fog, FOGDOG. Subscribe now for the top dog.
Okay, back at it. First time in a little while filming, so feel a bit out of practice, but wanting to get back on with the YouTube and get back to posting pretty regularly. So we'll give a bit of an update to start and then kind of explain what's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. So since the last video, I've raced in Ostrava, opened the season in Germany with a 341, straight off altitude and pretty jet lagged. Not ideal, 341 to open the season, but kind of putting it straight down to jet lag and coming back from altitude a few days earlier. The race was meant to be paced for 333, ended up being won in 338, and I think everyone was just a little bit off it that day. It was also extremely windy, which you don't want to have as an excuse, but it definitely made a difference. Yeah, that was the season opener, and then a couple of weeks later I had Ostrava 1500. Went to Ostrava a couple of years ago in 2023 for the 1500 and ran 335.99, still counts as 335, and went back this year with reasonably high hopes. I felt like I was coming into decent shape and wanted to have a real crack at running something quick. PB in the 1500, actually my fastest two 1500s ever are from mile races, the 1500 split in mile races. So for a long time I felt like I have a lot more to give over 1500, considering my best two times ever are from races where I've run 349 in the mile. So yeah, went to Ostrava, ended up running 335.2, and that got me 12th out of 15, I think. So pretty far back. I was in a great, well, I was never in a great spot, but with 300 to go, I kind of worked my way up and was in a decent position, but I just kind of couldn't close. So ended up going backwards a little bit over the last 300 and settled for 335 for 12th. So then I went up to Font-Romeu for a few weeks of altitude training.
Hello.
Hello. Been in Font-Romeu, actually staying right by the lake. You might be able to see it in the background. It's a pretty foggy day out there today, if you'll pardon the pun. Training's going all right. Best day of the cycle today, long run. The plan is up to 16 miles, a little bit progressive, so should be a treat. We'll lace up the Velocity Elite 3s and hit the road. Start with a loop of the lake, and then there's kind of like a road loop that's a little bit hilly, good for kind of when you're getting rolling a little bit. Nice road surface with a bit of rolling hills in there, so should be fun. Yeah, hopefully feel good, and yeah, Charlotte on the bike for company, which is always a treat. About 1 mile in. Nice little trail around here, and then it eventually turns into the road. Lovely day for it. Coming up to 21k, nearly 13 miles. Feeling good, but looking forward to it being done. Maybe a dip in the lake will be required.
Yeah.
326 per k, about 531 miling. Feeling good, but this loop makes you work.
Yeah. Very
Nearly there now. And that's pretty much where I'm at now, back from Font-Romeu, and I'm 3 days out from racing an 800 at Watford Diamond League, as it's affectionately known. Haven't raced in Watford since 2019, when I had a big breakthrough 1500. Went from being a 344 1500 runner to 340 at Watford. So hopefully can hope for some of that same magic, but over 800 this time. That'll be, so it's Sunday now. 800 on Wednesday, and then that's 10 days out, week and a half out from British champs in the 1500. So yeah, have done a lot of talking. We're off to the track right now. I'll explain the session in a bit, but essentially the main goal is trials in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today is the 1500 British champs final. Obviously got to navigate the heat first, but the goal is to make the world champs team for Tokyo. British 1500 running has always been very strong, but it's kind of back to its strongest, I would say. And so it's a really exciting time to be a 1500 runner, but it's also a little bit frustrating at times, because if you're from most countries and you run the world champs or Olympic standard, you make the team. That's not the case here. You've got to, and it's the same in America, definitely, and a few other countries, but definitely the British team is extremely strong. So got to perform well at trials to have a chance of making the team. And I think there's five guys with the world champ standard. I have it from running 3:49 in the mile indoor, sub 3:50 mile, or sub 3:33 1500. So I have the time. I think there's 5 of us with the standard, and then Josh Kerr gets the wild card. So of those 5 with the standard, 3 make the team, and then Kerr has the wild card. So I don't think Kerr is going to run the 1500 at trials. I think he's doing the 5k. Bit of an interesting move. But yeah, off to the track we go. Driving the Citroen C5X. Absolute treat to drive, and I'm in full electric mode right now, so 0 carbon emissions, assuming there are none with charging. Really makes driving very enjoyable. I've been doing a lot of driving over the last few weeks. Had a Citroen Infant Remo as well. This car is a hybrid, which means you can fill up on petrol, but essentially it has like a medium-sized battery, I would say, so you can charge it and do all of your short journeys basically, and just kind of keep charging it pretty regularly. Very cheap, cost effective, and that way you never really have to fill up on petrol. So yeah, absolute treat to drive, and it'll be taking us from A to B, from home to the track today, and then hopefully back. Made it to the track. This is a tour of what I have in the back of the car. Super shoes, Under Armour Velocity Elite 3, absolute treat for a quick long run. These are getting on a bit, probably past their expiry date now, but so good. And then for today, I have the Velocity Elite 2, which is similar to the 3, but a little bit more firm, I think, at least from how it feels on my feet. So a little bit better for doing quicker stuff on the track, but sometimes on the track I like to go a little bit of a lower stack height for going around the bends, especially if you're doing quick stuff. Sometimes for today, a session like today, doing a little bit of threshold stuff and then quicker stuff, I would start doing the threshold stuff in these because it's not too much volume, but I think today I'm gonna go with these.
Sun shining.
As per usual. No Dave or Jamie yet. What the hell? The plan is 4 800s, kind of 224-ish down to about 218, so kind of 72-ish per lap down to 69 per lap, something in that sort of range. Just kind of each one, you don't have to hit the times exactly, but just kind of each one, pick it up a tiny little bit. Minute and a half between them, so might do 200 walkie jog, then a 400 a little bit quicker, just get the legs spinning a little bit, nothing crazy, but kind of probably 61, 62 to bridge the gap between slower 800s, and then finishing with 6x200 a little bit quicker with a minute and a half between them. Usually we do 4 300s before like a 1500 or longer, but with an 800 we're just going a little bit shorter, 6x200, to get down to around 800 race pace, whatever that is. We'll find out.
through. 59, 60, 1.
Full by 800 down, 2, 23, 21, 19, 17, and then a 4 in 61.2. Bigger break now, spikes on, 6 by 200, 29, down to hopefully 26.
Session done.
Session done. Lovely day for it. Got completely drenched from pretty much the start. Held off for a bit of warm up and then, yeah, pretty much was raining the whole time. It really started to come down nicely for the 200s, but got it all done. 800 pace feels quite shocking, as in like a shock to the system. It's much quicker than I've been used to. I think in the last 3 weeks I haven't run quicker than 1500 pace pretty much at all, and only touched on 1500 pace a little bit. So the way we train is definitely very aerobic, strength based, but this time of year I think it's obviously good to start getting back to some quicker stuff. We're 2 weeks out from trials, so need to start getting a little bit of turnover, and the goal for this 800 realistically is to use it as a bit of turnover 10 days out from trials, so that hopefully I have a bit more turnover in that final kind of 200 or 300 of the 1500 in championship races, and then to, yeah, kind of shock the legs and get a bit of faster than 1500 pace work done in a race scenario. So PB is 147.47 from Drake Relays 2024. Honestly, don't know what to expect. I think I could break that, but I also might run 148, 149. I feel really fit right now, but I still think I'm a little bit away from having the full turnover that I want, and so the 800 is obviously a tough event when you feel a little bit like that, but I think it'll do me good to do an 800 and do something a little bit quicker than 1500 pace. So those 200s just then off 200 jog recovery, I was 28 mid down to 26 mid for the last two, and 26 mid does feel like a bit of an all-out sprint. So I don't think helped by the rain, but yeah, definitely it's not easy turning these legs over sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best to get this video out today, actually, which is shocking, but yeah, I think that's the plan. I'll try and quickly edit it and get it out tonight, and then maybe try and aim for a video every 2 weeks at least, if not a video every week. Maybe some weeks weekly and some weeks every second week. And then sometimes I'll have 4 months off. Okay, thanks for watching. Follow along on Strava, because everything goes up on Strava first, and then eventually YouTube.